Hello friends, thanks for joining Valerie at Cash.Budget.Retiree with the Saturday Scoop. Today I have a happy mail for you and no announcements necessarily, except in my heart it is brewing in me to make some changes to how I use my binders. But that's not really an announcement because I don't have anything to tell you about it yet. So my first happy mail is from, let's see, oh my goodness. It's from Champagne's Corner, and Champagne at Champagne's Corner and Ren at Mischief Managed Budgets, also known as Mischief Budgets on Etsy. I am thrilled that this came in the mail. I believe it was yesterday or the day before. I don't know. I was waiting for Saturday Scoop to open it up. Okay, come on. You know, some people sneeze when the camera rolls. Some people cough when the camera starts rolling. And I have trouble opening these things up. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, here we go. Finally. Okay. There we go. All right, ladies and gents, here's what I was able to receive in the mail, and I'm thrilled about it. These are adorable little cards that go with one of the games in the binder that saves 2025 in 2025. And let's look at the book real quick. Move that out of the way. Whoops. And this has got a really cute elastic band. I like it. I love it. All right. And then let's see if I can use something to hold this up. Let's see. Let's put that there for now. There you go. So they have all sorts of savings challenges in this binder, and I'm looking forward to using all of them. And I will save as I go. I know sometimes, you know, $2,025 is like a daunting amount for many of us, but I am going to enjoy saving what I can and being grateful for what I have to save and what I have to put into sinking funds. So, oh, and they've got some IOUs. How cute. So this came from Champagne's Corner, but I know her and Ren at Mischief Managed Budgets created these. So I'm going to put these back in here. I want to make sure I keep them. Not that I want to have to use them, mind you, but that I am grateful for them. I don't want to lose them. So thank you, Ren and Champagne, for this. I have a couple of these in the works for this 2025 year coming up, and I'm grateful that I've got some ideas for how I want to use them. So that's one thing I wanted to share with you, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you. Another happy mail I received was from Sunshine and Chaos Budgeting. And with this, I have put on, with my labeler, what the purpose of this particular binder is for. And this one is sinking funds. This is her winter book, and this first page I figured I'd use it for medical, and I wanted to save $500, and I counted up the boxes and the icons. I figured $15 each box or circle, and $4 or 4 icons for $20 each. That would make it $500. This one, and I've put in these envelopes for myself individually because they're individual savings challenges. And winter Auto repairs, same thing, 500, 15 each, 4 at $20. Dental, same thing. Memberships at Sam's, Costco, and Amazon. Totaling all that up, the goal is $270 with $10 for each space. And the next, excuse me, guys. So this says memberships here, but it's also on the back, and the same with all of these. So each card, you might say, front and back, is worth a certain amount. So license and registration, and then here's another envelope for maybe other challenges. I could put money in it, but I wanted to put money in individual envelopes, so I put the envelopes in here. But this would be great to hold extra savings challenges when if I wanted to use them somehow. But for now, this Thank You Sunshine, I really like this. Very, very cool. So, no necessary announcements. Happy Mail, we've done. Enlightenment, I was going through my prayer book. Oopsie, maybe I better use a different thing to hold that up. Okay, let's put this here. All right. So I was going through my Bible, kind of wanted to know what is it that God would want me to know, and maybe what would you like to know and share with you. Something that I was really impressed with was King Solomon. This is in 1 Kings chapter 3 and pretty much all of chapter 3. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I will tell you some background. This is when Solomon had taken the throne and became king, and let's see. Solomon loved the Lord and followed all his decrees of his father David, except that Solomon too offered sacrifices and burned incense at the local places of worship. The most important of these places of worship was at Gibeon. So the king went there and sacrificed 1,000 burnt offerings, and that night the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream. And God said, "What do you want? Ask and I will give it to you." So Solomon replied, You show great and faithful love to your servant, my father David, because he was honest and true and faithful to you. And you have continued to show this great and faithful love to him today by giving him a son to sit on the throne. Now, O Lord my God, you have made me king instead of my father David, but I am like a little child who doesn't know his way around. And here I am in the midst of your own chosen people, a nation so great and numerous they cannot be counted. Here's what he asks him for. Give me an understanding heart so I can govern your people well and know the difference between right and wrong. Lost my place. Bear with me. For who by himself is able to govern this great people of yours? The Lord was pleased that Solomon had asked for wisdom. You know, he could have asked for everything to the ends of the earth, I suppose, but he asked for wisdom. And understanding. So God replied, because you've asked for wisdom in governing my people with justice, and have not asked for a long life or wealth or the death of your enemies, I will give you what you asked for. I will give you a wise and understanding heart, such as no one else has had or ever will have. And I will also give you what you did not ask for, riches and fame. No other king in the world will be compared to you for the rest of your life. So Solomon had his priorities straight, asking for wisdom and understanding, not for wealth and, everything to the ends of the earth. But God honored him anyways and gave him those things anyway. Well, here is an example of the wisdom God gave Solomon. I'm so impressed with this. Okay, It starts out in First Kings, chapter 3, verse 16. Two prostitutes came to the king to have an argument settled. Please, my lord, one of them began, this woman and I live in the same house. I gave birth to a baby while she was with me in the house. 3 days later, this other woman also had a baby. We were there alone, two of us in the house. Her baby died during the night when she rolled over on it. She got up at night, took my son from beside me while I was asleep. She laid her dead child in my arms and took mine to sleep with her. And in the morning I tried to nurse my son. He was dead. But then I looked more closely in the morning light. I saw it wasn't my son at all. Then the other woman interrupted. It certainly was your son, and your living child is mine. No, the first woman said. The living child is mine, and the dead one is yours. So they argued back and forth before the king. The king said, let's get the facts straight. Both of you claim the living child is yours, and each one says that the dead one belongs to the other. All right, bring me a sword. So a sword was brought to the king. Verse 25, it says, then he said, cut the living child in two, and give half to one woman and half to the other. Then the woman who was the real mother of the living child and who loved him very much cried out, oh, no, no, my lord, give her the child. Please do not kill him. But the other woman said, all right, he'll be neither yours nor mine. Divide him between us. Then the king said, do not kill the child, but give him to the woman who wants him to live, for she is his mother. When all Israel heard the king's decision, the people were in awe of the king, for they saw the wisdom God had given him for rendering justice. Oh my goodness, I was so impressed with this. I mean, I've read this, this says August 18th, 2024. Happy birthday to the girl that knows it's her birthday. But here's the thing. God gave Solomon wisdom, and he was able to know how to deal with this situation. How was Solomon to know which mom was truly the mom of the baby? And so Solomon decided, I'll pretend to cause harm to the baby, and the real mother is going to not want that harm given to the baby. So the real mother would be willing to give up the baby so the baby she loves so much could stay alive and live a good life. Well, then Solomon knew who was the true mother. Oh, and here I wrote, this is an example of the wisdom God gave Solomon, and I asked, Lord God, would you give me a wise and understanding heart like you gave Solomon? It is in your holy, loving, and compassionate name that I ask you this. Amen. I was so impressed with this, you guys. When I read this in August, I think I've read it prior in a different Bible, but this was in this Bible, so it felt almost like the first time I read it. Impressive wisdom of Solomon, and I can only ask for the same kind of wisdom. Another thing that came to me this week as I was reading in the Bible, in Psalm 33, verses starting at 6, the Lord merely spoke, and the heavens were created, and he breathed his word, and all the stars were born. That's the beginning. There's more at on the next page, but what I want to tell you, for those of us that believe that God created this universe, okay, and I believe that, he merely spoke, and the heavens were created. He breathed the word, and all the stars were born. He assigned the sea to its boundaries. You know, do you ever wonder, how does the sea know when to stop coming up when the tide comes in? He assigned the sea its boundaries and locked the ocean in vast reservoirs. And you go down to verse 11. But the Lord's plans stand firm forever. His intentions can never be shaken. Oh my gosh. And then another thing that I've been impressed with is in Psalm 34, verse 5. Those who look to him for help will be radiant with joy. You know, you've seen it in people's faces. Those who trust in God, their eyes are radiant, right? And I'm just thrilled to, when I'm trusting God, yes, I can look radiant. When I'm not, I don't. But where was the other one I wanted to show you? It was in Job, Psalms. Okay, Job. You're over here. Let me find Job real quick. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Daniel. Job, where are you? Oh, shoot and a half. Oh, well, I thought I had it marked. I guess I didn't. Life goes on. Okay, in Job, it goes along with the same verse that God's plans cannot be thwarted. So take heart, folks. If you're struggling with something in life and you're not sure how it's all going to come about, God's plans cannot be thwarted. Everything will work out according to how it should for our highest good. That's all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. I do appreciate everybody. Please like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you like this type of content. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye. And I will see you Monday for Monday Minis, Wednesday for the collaborations, and Friday for birthdays and Christmas. All right. And then, of course, Saturday for another Saturday Scoop, just to be with us together. Bye.